Picture this. You've just landed in Vietnam. You're sipping a $2 egg coffee on a rooftop in Thao Dien. The sunset is turning the Saigon River gold, and you think to yourself, this is it. This is the life. Rent is cheap, the food is incredible, and everyone back home is jealous of your Instagram. Now, fast forward 3 months. That cheap rent quietly doubled because your landlord invented a private electricity rate. Your visa run turned into a bureaucratic nightmare because you picked the wrong city for your situation. And the vibrant expat community you dreamed of? You haven't had a real conversation in English for 2 weeks straight. This is the gap nobody shows you on TikTok, and it's the single most expensive mistake long-term expats make in Vietnam. Choosing the wrong city for the wrong reasons. Today, we're breaking down exactly where you should live, Ho Chi Minh City or Da Nang, using real prices, real districts, and the mistakes that cost expats thousands of dollars. No fluff, just the truth. If you're new here, this channel exists for one reason: to help expats, digital nomads, and retirees navigate visas, cost of living, and the day-to-day reality of staying in Vietnam long-term, not just visiting for 2 weeks. And let's be honest about something first. Vietnam is genuinely one of the best countries on earth to build a life in right now. But traveling through a country for 10 days and living here for 10 months are two completely different experiences. The honeymoon phase always ends. What matters is what's left when it does, and that depends enormously on which city you chose. So let's get into the 8 biggest factors that actually separate Ho Chi Minh City from Da Nang. Number 1. The cost of living illusion. Here's the scenario. 2 expats, same job, same lifestyle, move to different cities expecting the same cheap Vietnam budget they saw in a YouTube video. One ends up comfortable. The other is confused why their savings are draining twice as fast. The truth is, Ho Chi Minh City runs roughly 20 to 35% more expensive than Da Nang across almost every category. A 1-bedroom apartment in a decent HCMC neighborhood averages 12 to 18 million VND a month. That's about 470 to 700 US dollars, while the same standard of apartment in Da Nang runs 7 to 11 million VND, or roughly $275 to $430. Add in HCMC's pricier coffee shops, co-working spaces, and imported groceries, and a comfortable single-person budget in Saigon sits around $1,200 to $1,100 a month versus $900 to $1,100 in Da Nang. If someone asks you why you're choosing one city over the other, here's the honest answer to give yourself. Am I optimizing for career opportunity and city energy, or for maximum runway on my savings? That question alone should point you in the right direction. Here's the exact fix. Before you commit to a 12-month lease anywhere, book a 2-week short-term stay in both cities during your first month in Vietnam. Track your actual daily spend with an app like Money Lover. Numbers on a screen never match reality until you've lived it. Number 2. The 2 cities in 1 district trap in HCMC. Here's a mistake that trips up almost every new arrival to Saigon. They think living in Ho Chi Minh City means one experience. It doesn't. Choosing the wrong district inside HCMC can feel like choosing the wrong city entirely. Thao Dien, in District 2, is the expat magnet. Leafy streets, international schools, Western brunch spots, and rent that reflects it. Expect 18 to 30 million VND or $700 to $1,150 for a modern 1-bedroom. District 7, especially the Phu Mai Hung area, is the quieter, more planned city alternative. Wide sidewalks, Korean and Japanese communities, and slightly lower prices around 14 to 22 million VND. Meanwhile, District 1 puts you in the loud, chaotic, walkable heart of everything. Incredible for nightlife and networking. Exhausting for actual sleep. When you're apartment hunting, say this to your agent or landlord directly. I want to see the noise levels at 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. before I sign anything. Vietnamese landlords respect directness. Vague hesitation gets you upsold. The fix here is simple. Never sign a lease after a single daytime viewing. Return to the building at night and during rush hour. What looks peaceful at 2 p.m. can be a motorbike parking lot symphony by 6 p.m. Number 3. Da Nang's An Thuong Bubble. Here's the flip side. Da Nang has its own version of Thao Dien, and it's called An Thuong, a small beachside grid of streets packed with specialty coffee shops, co-working spaces, and more Western digital nomads per square meter than almost anywhere else in Vietnam. It sounds perfect, and for many people it is. Rent for a nice studio here runs 8 to 13 million VND, about $310 to $510, walking distance to My Cay Beach. But here's the catch nobody mentions. An Thuong is so saturated with foreigners that some long-term residents describe it as feeling less like living in Vietnam, and more like living in a nomad theme park. Prices at cafes inside the bubble can run double what you'd pay 3 streets outside it. If you're touring apartments here, ask the landlord this exact question. Is this rate the local rate or the foreigner rate? And watch their face. Many will adjust on the spot once they realize you know the difference. Here is the exact fix. Spend your first 2 weeks in Da Nang staying just outside An Thuong, near Han River or closer to the Son Tra Peninsula side, before deciding. You'll get the beach lifestyle without paying the expat tax baked into the bubble. Number 4. The traffic and commute reality. This is the item that quietly ruins people's mental health without them realizing why. In Saigon, a 5-kilometer trip that should take 10 minutes can eat 35 to 45 minutes during rush hour, weaving through an ocean of motorbikes. Expats who commute daily for work or co-working often report genuine stress and fatigue from traffic alone. It's a real, measurable quality of life tax. Da Nang, by comparison, is dramatically easier to navigate. Most of the city core can be crossed in 15 to 20 minutes by motorbike, even at peak times, and the coastal roads are wide, flat, and far less chaotic. If a friend asks why you seem calmer since moving, this is a completely valid answer. I got back 2 hours a day I used to lose sitting in traffic. That's not an exaggeration. For many HCMC expats, it's literal. Here's the fix. If you do choose HCMC, pick your neighborhood based on proximity to where you'll actually spend your time, not just the cool factor of the address size. Living 5 minutes from your co-working space beats living in the trendiest district and losing an hour each way. Number 5. The healthcare access divide. This one matters more the longer you stay, and it's especially critical for retirees. Ho Chi Minh City has genuinely world-class private healthcare. FV Hospital and Vinmec International are staffed with internationally trained doctors, offer English language service, and can handle serious procedures without requiring medical evacuation. A routine specialist consultation runs roughly 800,000 to 100,000 VND, around $30 to $60. Da Nang's healthcare has improved significantly, and Family Medical Practice and Hoan Mai International have solid English-speaking staff for everyday issues and emergencies. But for major surgeries or complex specialist care, many residents still travel to HCMC or fly out entirely. If you have any pre-existing condition, ask any clinic this directly before you commit to a city. If I needed a specialist for your condition, would I be treated here or referred to Ho Chi Minh City or abroad? Get the honest answer before, not during, an emergency. Here is the exact fix. Get comprehensive international health insurance regardless of which city you choose. Providers like Cigna Global or IMG are common among the expat community. And know your nearest level 1 trauma-capable hospital before you need it, not after. Number 6. The community and loneliness factor. Here's a story that catches people off guard. Someone moves to Vietnam chasing the digital nomad paradise fantasy, picks a city based on Instagram photos alone, and 3 months in, admits they feel more isolated than they ever did back home. Ho Chi Minh City has the largest, most diverse expat and nomad community in the country, regular networking events, hobby groups, sports leagues, and a constant churn of new people to meet. Da Nang's community is smaller, but noticeably tighter-knit, especially within the An Thuong bubble we mentioned earlier. Fewer people, but deeper, faster-forming friendships since everyone overlaps at the same 3 coffee shops. If you're the type who needs constant new social stimulation, say this to yourself honestly during your research phase. Do I want a big pond with more strangers or a small pond where I'll actually be recognized by name? There's no wrong answer, only a wrong for you answer. Here is the exact fix. Before committing long-term, join local Facebook groups, Da Nang Expats or Ho Chi Minh City Expats, NAMP, Locals, and attend 2 or 3 in-person meetups in each city. You'll feel the difference in energy within a single evening. Number 7. The Immigration Office Bureaucracy Gap. This is the item most YouTube videos skip entirely, and it can genuinely cost you weeks. Visa extensions, temporary residence cards, and work permit processing are handled at the provincial level INS. Vietnam, meaning HCMC's immigration department and Da Nang's immigration department, are not interchangeable, and processing speed, document requirements, and staff availability can differ noticeably between them. HCMC's immigration office handles an enormous volume of applications daily, which means more experienced staff with foreign applicants, but also longer queues. Da Nang's office handles a smaller volume, which can mean faster individual processing, but less flexibility if your paperwork is unusual or incomplete. Whichever office you're dealing with, walk in and say this exact phrase to the officer. Could you confirm the current required documents for your visa type at this office specifically? Requirements do shift, and getting it in writing or clearly confirmed saves you a wasted trip. Here is the exact fix. Honestly, don't try to navigate this alone based on outdated forum posts. Work with a licensed visa service familiar with the specific city's office, which is exactly the kind of guidance we specialize in here. Number 8. The weather and seasonal reality. Last but not least, the factor that quietly wears the people down over a full year. Ho Chi Minh City runs hot and humid nearly year-round, with a dramatic wet season from May to November bringing sudden, intense downpours that can flood streets within 20 minutes. Da Nang has a more distinct 4-season feel, with genuinely cooler, drier weather from December to March, but it also sits directly in the path of Vietnam's typhoon season, typically September through November, which can bring real property damage and days of disrupted routine. Before locking in a full year's lease, ask your landlord this. Has this specific building or street flooded or lost power during the last rainy season? Local Vietnamese residents will usually tell you the truth if you ask directly and respectfully. Here is the exact fix. If you're testing the waters, avoid signing your first long-term lease during peak dry season in either city. You won't see the full picture. Experience at least one full rainy or typhoon season before deciding this is truly home. Now, after 8 warnings, I want to be really clear about something. None of this means Vietnam isn't worth it. It absolutely is. The warmth of the people here is not a cliche. It's something you feel every single day, from the noodle vendor who remembers your order to the neighbor who helps you carry groceries up 3 flights of stairs without being asked. The food alone could justify the move. And once you understand the real rules of the game, the districts, the pricing, the paperwork, the seasons, Vietnam stops being a confusing puzzle and starts being genuinely one of the best decisions you'll ever make for your quality of life, your finances, and honestly, your happiness. So tell me, after everything you just heard, are you Team Ho Chi Minh City or Team Da Nang? Drop your answer in the comments, and if you already live in one, tell the other viewers the one thing you wish someone had told you before you moved. And if you're still deciding between these 2 cities, there's one factor we didn't even touch today that could override everything else we just covered: your actual visa eligibility. Click the video right there to see exactly which visa pathway fits your situation before you book a single flight.